So the first session in July will cover the credentialing exam. So how to answer questions on how to prepare, what to expect, tips on what mindset you should bring into the exam to make sure you're successful. And then the second session will examine the mentor recording, which is something that I think the chapter gets a lot of questions on. So this will include tried and tested resources, how to choose your client, and then also how to know if your recording is good. So how to evaluate your own recording. And we are very excited to have the three wonderful women who are going to be introduced shortly, leading these credentialing clinics for us. So I'll pass it back to Aruna, who can introduce them. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Just to clarify once again, Anne is our Chennai Ambassador Program CAP leader, we call, for L&D. And she is the anchor person for this initiative, and also be holding some more in the future. So, and she's based out of Chennai. So you can reach out to her or me regarding any initiatives, any things handled by L&D, or even any other thing. So Annie, thank you very much. And before I even go into the demonstration part, Rekha, I think we'll be jumping immediately after that. Your client is here, right? And may I ask you and your client, do we have permission to record? If you don't want us to record, I will immediately switch off the recording. So just want to check with you.
So we should ask my client that question. And so let me call on Veronica.
Yes, I'm here.
Where are you? Okay, there you
Absolutely.
are. Are you okay with
Absolutely okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely okay. Yes. Thank you.
And you know what we do with this regarding the next step is we edit and we sometimes post in the YouTube. Not sometimes, we regularly post in our channel YouTube. So even if that's a problem, please kindly let us know and we will immediately stop
Perfect.
that step as well. Okay. Anytime, it's your comfort level. Please feel
Perfect.
free to reach out to us.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies, for the permission. So now comes the introduction part, which I'm very happy to do for Rekha. And then I will hand over finally the mic to her. So we know Rekha Hatkanagalekar. Did I spell it out right, Rekha? Is a seasoned leadership and executive coach with nearly 4,000 hours of coaching experience. Her career spans technology, business, HR, and academia, enabling her to bring both strategic acumen and deep empathy to her work with founders, CXOs, and emerging leaders. She was part of the leadership team that scaled a tech company from 50 to 3,000 employees. As the only woman at the CXCO table, she experienced the pressures of visibility and the challenge of proving herself. Insight she now brings to coaching women leaders and those in high-stake roles. Rekha co-founded and ran a software firm for 5 years, managing both delivery and business development. She has taught business strategy, marketing, HR, and leadership, and mentored students to turn ideas into investor-ready ventures. During the 10 years of coaching journey as a credentialed coach, she has integrated strategic insight with deep empathy. Whether working with founders, CXOs, or emerging leaders, she brings a lived understanding of complexity, growth, and gender dynamics, enabling clients to lead with clarity, courage, and purpose. Clients value the layered insight she brings, born of curiosity, resilience, and an enduring desire to learn. She sees every coaching conversation as a co-created space for growth, where the wisdom of experience meets the fresh energy of discovery. So, Rekha, this is what you sent us. If you have anything to add, please feel to add. And I would just like to share with all our participants here. We know the other side of Rekha too. Rekha has a very good sense of humor. And, we really enjoy having her in some of our sessions and during the discussions. Hope we get to view that now. Okay.
Yeah, so Aruna, thank you so much. I didn't know I had written all this. It was like reading listening to somebody else's story. So what I want to add is now that you have heard all of this, please forget all of it.
Okay. But remember the sense of humor, guys. Fine. So, Rekha, how do you want it to be? Should we all go off camera? You have anything to say
I
before
think I think it'll be good if you also introduce Priya and Deepa. They are my partners today. Yeah.
Oh, I just thought maybe after the demonstration. Fine, I'll just remember. So Priya is a MCC coaching supervisor, and we know most of you who are in the RCP program know her as a mentor. They worked with, but most of you are new. So for those here, she is also part of ICF Chennai chapter, a very experienced coach, coach mentor, and also coach faculty. And she's a team coach as well, ACTC, right, Priya? You're a faculty for team coaching as well. And unfortunately, since I'm the anchor person for RCP, I could not experience any of these people's mentoring. But I've heard great reviews about Rekha's mentoring or Priya's mentoring, the wisdom they get to the thing. And when I speak to Priya itself, that NCC, that wisdom comes through, she creates that safe space. So I welcome Priya officially once again. And she's always, one thing which I always admire in her is whenever I reach to her saying that, hey, I have something doubt, I need to catch up with you, immediately she gets back with some time for me. Thank you, Priya, for all of that. And of course, Deepa is our own, from all ICF Chennai chapter. Where is Deepa suddenly?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, very much there.
yeah.
Here.
So sorry, my screen moved and Deepa moved us from this. So Deepa is very much, our from our own ICF Chennai chapter, NCC again. She's an author. She has her own coach training school, DK Excellence. And when you talk to her, you will know, I know that she has ingrained that MCC qualities. She provides that safe space, that calmness, everything. So believe me, all these three mentors get that. So today we are lucky to have Deepa as well. Welcome, Deepa. And as I mentioned again, the agenda is that after the demonstration, there'll be a 10-minute break for you. Maybe you get your coffees, lunches, dinners, or whatever, and then come back. We'll go into the breakout rooms with Deepa, Priya, and Rekha with our debrief, breakout room leaders or whatever they want to do there. I don't want to share now. Let them do it. So over to you now, Rekha.
Thank you, Aruna. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. And thank you, Priya and Deepa, for your partnership. I don't feel alone when you're with me. Thank you. Coaching is a very lonely journey, so when you have people with you like that, it makes you stronger. And I never take that for granted. So thank you so much for that, both of you. Okay, so if everybody else can be muted and off video, please. Except, of course, Veronica, my client.
So request all the participants, all 44 of them, please go off camera and mute yourself and make sure that we don't talk when the coaching session is going on.
And Aruna, if you can pin me and Veronica, then I don't have to
I'm
search
pinning.
for her in the crowd.
I'm pinning. So I realized I went off, even before I.
Veronica, you're going to get pinned. I hope you don't mind.
No, it's fine. It's fine with me.
Okay, so while Aruna is doing that, let me just welcome you to this session. And first of all, thank you so much for accepting to be my client. I know I gave you extremely short notice. It was just yesterday that I reached out to you and you accepted it so quickly, so willingly.
No,
So
it's an honor. It's an honor. Absolutely. Absolute pleasure to be here with you in this space, with everyone else as well.
likewise, Veronica.
Yeah.
Likewise. So I know you gave permission for recording, and there
Absolutely.
are all these people over here, right? We can see faces even now. But I want us to pretend that they are not there, and I want us to pretend that just two of us in the room, virtually connected. Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, I can't see anyone. So for me, it's good. I mean, I've already closed all the doors, all the
Wow.
windows that side. So it's just for me, I can just see you and myself in the room. So
Yeah.
that's fine with me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
But I can still see everybody. So is there something that I need to do? I
No,
don't
it's just the picture, I feel. It's just the picture, probably the background pictures that they have on their account. We can't, nobody can, I mean, nobody is, they are virtually there, but not as in physically, we can't see them. So it's just the picture attached on their particular accounts.
Okay, this is good. Now what has happened is now you're on my full screen and I'm in one corner and I can't see anybody. But we know that everybody is listening. This is being recorded. So I just want
Yeah.
to let you know that this is a safe, confidential space. Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'm just inviting from everyone else, I'm just inviting thumbs up just to indicate that you are contracting for confidentiality with us. Can I just have, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll hold you to account for that. Yeah. So there you are, Veronica. There is this audience, but we are in a safe space, and so be as much free as you can. Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And anytime you feel uncomfortable or anytime you feel that I am going beyond my limits, just caution me. I'll step back. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes.
But I have this habit of pushing a little bit, which I will do. But if you don't like it, if you're uncomfortable, I'll withdraw. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Now, it's been a long day. I don't know how you are feeling. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm good to be in this space. Yeah.
Okay.
Initially, when I started, I guess I was feeling a little, with too many faces around. But I guess
Yeah.
now I'm pretty much comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah.
grounded.
You're
Yeah.
grounded? Okay. So
Yes.
you don't need to do any grounding
I don't think so. Not
All
really. No.
right, fine, great. Okay, so we have about 40-45 minutes. Yeah.
So,
What is it that you're bringing for coaching today?
Rekha, like you said, we had a very short time, and there was something that I wanted to, probably I've been researching on that. And as you already know, I've spent last few years now researching, writing, coaching, reflecting on, identity, human development, basically, so as to say, transformation. And through that process of learning, I've also understood there is a recurring pattern within me. Even when I am confident about my work or my ideas or my thought process, there is almost always a tendency to step back. And, rather than fully owning the space or occupy my own space, I let the work speak, And I have understood or I understand where some of that pattern may have come from, the conditioning or the belief or whatever uh, patriarchal system maybe. But what I'm curious about today is it that, I'm still responding from that old identity, or whether I'm simply carrying the memory of something maybe which no longer really kind of governs me, but it's just a conditioning. So maybe that's the dilemma, I'd like to explore today.
Mm. And how does that impact you when you don't own the space and, you step back?
No, I mean, there's a kind of feeling that there is a little more I can do with this. There is a little more, like I've written research papers. I've forwarded you, those, but I don't feel I write. One idea is that, of course, it leaves my desk, so it has its own identity, it has its own journey now to, live up to, or whatever it is. But somewhere deep inside, I just feel that I need to own it a little more, probably hold it for some more time and then let it kind of, leave my desk. So I just feel that maybe that over a period of time, it's just been in the background. So I don't kind of fully come out. So, I just feel that maybe that is some identification somewhere coming from some conditioning. So I have explored that, but I just feel that I need to do a little more. That there is something inside which keeps telling me you can do a little more, maybe own up a little more of that space.
Mm. So it's a question of identity, something from the past, owning up the space.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. And what do you think will become available to you if you did own up the space?
I think, the idea first, where it began, all of it began with, was that I need to write a little more. I need to see where the layers have formed. That is where it all began. So I need to figure out, because this doesn't seem authentic me. So the process was, let me figure out where the layers were. That's where the writing started, research papers started, and, through facilitation experiences, coaching experiences, it all started from there. But like we always say, that goal behind that goal was to reach that authentic self. So maybe there's that one, that North Star is that authentic self. So maybe that is where I feel, I want to reach there. I don't know if I'm yet there, because I still feel kind of, something is holding me back.
Mm.
So
Yeah. So I really acknowledge the research work that you're doing in this space, Veronica. Yeah. And there is this desire to reach your North Star.
Yeah.
Mm. Because if you reach it, what will happen?
See, there are so many things which overlap here. One is, of course, reaching that authentic self. Then there is this that immense desire of contribution. There has to be some contribution somewhere, because if there is a journey lived, there is something that about that North Star, about that authentic self means a major part of that authentic self means contribution.
Okay.
So if I don't own up that space, that it feels I can push it a little more.
Mm. How is all this connected? You owning the space, you're wanting to have more, do more contribution, your authentic self, and the North Star.
So, where it all connects, and I'll have to go a little, probably help you travel with me a little bit. I feel that I've always shared my space, or, I've done my work and always felt happy with a comment that she does her work very quietly. Nobody gets to know, she's quietly doing her work. At that point of time, maybe that gave a sense of validation also, that, quietly do your work. Everyone is appreciating that. She quietly does her work. So it's somewhere stayed. It's somewhere, maybe at that point of time, at that version of me needed this kind of validation. But now I feel that, quietly doing my work is not working. It's not working. So, that's where I said that North Star is authentic self is where I speak more, So it's like, I don't know if it's connected to finding your own voice or whatever. So I'll give you a small example, while I don't know if it's maybe it's connected, but when I was growing up, how a patriarchal system is or matriarchal, whatever it is, there was always a thought process that girls can't have, large feet or huge feet or whatever it is. So you have to make them wear 2 sizes smaller shoes. So in our family, that is how it was, that everyone else has very smaller, petite feet, that's what they call. So I've always worn, especially when I was in grade fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, when you are in a growing age, I've always worn shoes which were at least 2 sizes or 1 size smaller. I'd always end up with blisters. But that is how it was, that girls can't have feet slightly. So, that is what I'm saying. Somewhere you shrink yourself. Imagine this is physically shrinking yourself.
Right.
Somewhere I'm sure it has, shrunk your capacity to what they say, rise and shine.
Yeah.
That, maybe. So that's where I feel that, maybe it's still somewhere I might be happy saying that, okay, I'm quietly doing my work. World is noticing the work. But then right now I feel, no, I don't. Let the world see my work. Let the world hear my work. I think that is where I'm at.
So what I'm sensing is there's a shift that you want to have happen. Is it?
Or maybe that shift is already happening, but where the dilemma is that, quietly doing her work is, does it also kind of mean that, you stay humble? Does it also attach with humility? And what I'm trying to do is now, see, because there's an identification shift, like you rightly said, it is an identification shift. But what I learned with quietly doing your work was humility, be quiet, and, that's how it has to be. But now suddenly, if I'm going to talk about my work, I learned quietly meant humility. It meant being humble. But what I also, the dictionary or the meaning that I attached with speaking about your work was being pompous. So it is like a total dictionary shift that I have to do. So I am getting there. I might not be up there, but yeah, I kind of like today's session with you. I think it is going to reflect, it's going to help me reflect also that, maybe the dictionary shift is happening in the right manner. Or I'm not questioning at every stage, I'm not questioning, am I being pompous? Because what I learned was if you're not quiet, if you're talking about your work, it is this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so in this context of all this which is going on, right? Let my work speak, and I'll shrink and physically shrink versus pompous. I want to be seen. What would be a good outcome for you, which will make that larger goal happen for you?
And like I said, that it's like you're taking baby steps. When you learn first few steps, you want to be careful. So it's like those first few steps that I'm taking towards maybe talking about my work, towards maybe, that this is what I talk about. This is what the idea is. This is what the paper says, or this is what the book says, and be okay with it. So learn those baby steps. So for me, that would also be great post the session. That maybe, it is aligning with the core. It is aligning with the core, which wants that North Star. Sorry. Yeah.
Got it. So what is it that you can take away today that will help you take those baby steps?
I think the biggest thing is, that's why I agreed to the session also yesterday, that the biggest thing was talk about your vulnerability.
Mm-hmm.
So even if you're vulnerable, there is nothing to, because the moment you speak about these things, I think, for me also, like I said, the voice, it matters quite a bit. So I have never really questioned or, that these are things which probably might have built a personality, which probably I'm not okay with. So talking about it also is a big thing. So if I'm talking about it in a forum, in a session like this today, I think that again is a huge takeaway for me. Yeah.
I see that. And then how do you want to feel at the end of the session after having talked about it?
I think my smile says it right now, that is what.
That's how you want to
Actually,
feel?
that's how I've begun the session. I think that's how I would, end it also. End of the day, we're all human. We're all having our journeys, our insecurities, vulnerabilities, and we're all here. We've explored, I'm sure, pretty much because everybody is way, way, way senior to me here. So everyone has explored that and gone through that journey. So I think makes me feel a little more human. So yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if you're able to talk your vulnerabilities here, and if there is the smile on your face at the end of the session, how will that help you take those baby steps?
No, because then it means when I'm talking about that paper, I'll be able to speak about my papers a little more because that also comes from a little more. When you read those papers, there's a lot of case studies that I put in those papers, and those case studies and facilitation experiences. It's a research based on my coaching experiences, my own experiences, my clients' experiences. So it gives me a little more vocal strength, I'd say,
Okay.
confidence. Yeah.
Okay. Hmm. Almost as if you are going to practice it here and then you're going to do it there. Huh? That's nice. Okay. Right.
No, it's good to begin. I mean, it's good to
Yeah.
begin. And it's always an honor and a pleasure to be talking to you, always, because I feel, even a small interaction with you can just kind of lift up. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that. All right. So clearly, these are baby steps you're going to take. This is something you're shifting from a large part of your life into a different phase of your life now. So I see
Absolutely.
that it is very big and significant for you. Hmm?
See, the thing is, you're completely changing the dictionary that you grew up with. Like
Yeah,
I said, quiet meant humble,
humble.
speaking meant pompous,
Hmm. Yeah.
keeping your feet small meant petite. There's small things that I've learned while my daughter was growing up. And I always, that first thought process, I just told her, do you want a size smaller maybe? Or the first thing she said, no, I want a size bigger. My feet have to feel comfortable. I mean, and it just kind of shifted something within me that,
Hmm.
yeah, comfort, you know?
Yeah.
And she always went with a size bigger, never a size smaller or never her size. She said, no, comfort matters, mom.
Hmm.
So, it's like that small shift almost every day, every word, the meanings that I learned, I think they have to shift. you know.
Okay, got it. So we are looking at speaking vulnerably and speaking enough vulnerably that you end up with a big smile on your face, and you're able to carry that forward and take those baby steps and continue speaking vulnerably.
Own up, basically. Own
Yeah,
up.
got it. So what do you think we need to address or resolve in our session today so that we can, so that you end up feeling that, yes, I have owned up, I have spoken vulnerably, and I can go out and continue that, taking baby steps? What do you think we need to do?
I think figure out resistances. Where is it that I'm resisting? What am I resisting?
Mm.
What am I resisting? And what is the meaning that I've attached to that resistance? So, if I'm large part of, for a very long time, large part of speaking about vulnerabilities meant attaching some kind of, what do I say? It's not exactly shame, but some kind of, that I don't want to kind of, I've always been known as self-sufficient.
Okay.
I've always managed things on my own. So how can I talk about vulnerability? Because everyone has known me as she can manage it alone. So if I am talking about vulnerability, I'm suddenly showing myself as weak.
Mm.
So
Mm. So we are looking at what are the resistances and what meanings you
resistances,
are
yes.
attaching.
Resistances, yes.
Also, what meanings you're attaching to them.
Absolutely. So if I'm talking about my vulnerability, means I am also accepting somewhere in front of a larger audience that, that I am weak.
Mm.
Whereas I've always been more in that energy wherein I can, I'll manage. So that also brings me to another aspect of it, resisting help, asking for help. So when you're managing on your own, so I think you yourself won't be able to ask for help. So
And that,
that has been my, I think that is how I have navigated also, large part. That I'll manage on my own. So I'm not going to be seeking help here.
yeah,
So
okay. And does that,
those are resistances. I think these are small, small resistances which keep showing up.
Mm.
I think majority, there's first thing was to allow all of this to show up also, because somewhere in your mind you build your resistances are so high up that you don't even allow all of this to show up. So that was a process in itself, to allow all of this to come forward, show up, then observe,
Mm.
absorb and observe, and then kind of accept. It's a process, but then, it's not that everything is going to show up at this particular point of time. While I'm talking to you also, I'm sure I'm going to leave out so many things which are not coming directly to my mind right now, but they are somewhere, they are going to show up maybe whenever there is a trigger which is associated with that particular thing, it's going to show up then. So, but yeah, largely I feel that, these are my resistances, that I don't speak up. I speak up in the sense I will never ask for help. That is my resistance.
Mm.
And yeah,
So you don't ask for help. What other things do you think could be your resistances?
I think that's the biggest thing, because there's that, out of that persona that you create, that self-sufficient. That's a large part that I think any third person who knows me very well would describe me as. That she manages things on her own. But deep inside, it's not like that. So I would always want a helping hand. I would always want to ask for help, or maybe speak up also at times. So I think that I think would be one major resistance, because this has shown up last few years majorly, because there are people who actually come forward and said that you never speak, you never ask for help.
Mm.
And you can't expect people to come back to you, always checking up on you. So there is nothing wrong. If you can go and ask other people if they need any help, you need to be able to speak up also. So I think that's one thing majorly that I've figured out, that is my problem. And I related it with maybe that, it's almost, probably defending that self-sufficient personality that, because I am self-sufficient, so I can't be asking for help.
Yeah. Where is that conclusion coming from? I am self-sufficient, so I cannot be asking for help.
I think again, like I said, she does her work. Like, small things that she doesn't need help with her in school while I was in school. She doesn't need help with the tuition. She's doing very well. So whereas deep inside, I would always feel I need extra help. I need a little more help. Probably in this particular subject, I need a little more help. But then uh, that sense of validation, that she can do on her own. So I would study extra hours, try and pick up various books so that, I'm doing it on my own. So, somewhere I think you get conditioned in believing that you can manage. You just need to stretch yourself a little bit more. So, and thank you, Ma, because this seems to be, I mean, I could go back and immediately relate with this experience. So I think that's a realization.
Got it.
Yeah.
So how does it make you feel when you want to deep down inside want to ask for help, but then this conditioning and the external validation which you got so used to is not allowing you to ask for help? How does that make you feel?
Claustrophobic.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this again, when so many people they give you this feedback that this is what is, and the moment I would pick up the phone, okay, probably today I'm gonna ask for help, I would suddenly feel, can I even bring myself to say that, hello, this is probably, I need some time, so I feel slowly, I think I'm working towards it, but yeah, I feel like there's that heavy weight inside. It's like I have to lift that weight. Although, and I'll be very honest with you, whenever I have done that, I've passed that resistance, I feel very light, extremely. It's like as if that chunk of layer has gone out. But then, yeah, it's an effort. It's at least, I mean, I also understand that I'll have to keep doing it till it becomes a hygiene factor or it sets in as a DNA, the new DNA. But till then, yeah, every time it's still kind of, there is an effort that I know it is taking an effort from me, even though I know it is taking an effort. I mean, physically, I just feel, I can feel that weight. I mean,
Right
my
now?
heart space, I can feel that weight in my heart space. No, but
Right.
while I'm talking right now, I'm
Mm.
not.
Ah,
I'm
okay.
not. So,
Okay. So if we had to describe this weight and give it some form, shape, etc., how would you describe this weight and where is it sitting exactly? I know you said heart, but where in the heart
yeah,
is it sitting?
middle, I think.
Hmm?
I think somewhere middle of the chest area, and I feel like a stone.
Oh,
Yeah,
a stone.
like a
Okay.
stone. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean,
And
if I had to give it a shape or a form, yeah, that is what it would feel like because that's the heaviness that I attach with it. Yeah.
yeah.
I think that's where stone came in. So maybe the heaviness. Yeah.
Hmm. And does it have any shape, any color, and how heavy is it?
No, I don't know why, but I think this figure of the round stone, but almost like a ball.
Oh, smooth.
Yeah, smooth. I mean,
Oh,
it's not like poking me or anything. It's like a smooth ball.
okay.
It's not poking me or anything. It's just that, I mean, while I'm now talking to you, I feel like it's manageable. I can lift it.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it's not poking, it's not hurting me, but I know I need to kind of, you know, just push it away.
Hmm. If you lifted it, where would you put it?
I'm not going to disrespect it, I feel. And now that you ask me, I'm not going to disrespect. It'll be towards, I mean, maybe on the side or somewhere. I'm not going to kind of, here it goes. It's out of my life or something like that. But I mean,
Hmm.
I think there's enough respect for that space also because it I don't know why I'm relating this, but I also feel that that's a version of me that I can't kind of, I don't want to run away from that version of me. It's helped, I mean, held me in good stead when I needed it. So, but I know now it's not needed anymore. So,
Mm.
with the kind of work that I am in, with the kind of, I mean, I would want to talk about my work, so I know it's not needed now, but I have immense respect for that. Whatever that stone is, that heaviness is, I think I have enough respect for that. So, yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. If we were to ask the stone, I wonder what the stone might be feeling now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Thank you. The stone is going to say thank you.
Yeah. Wow. So if you could at will, keep it there when it is needed because it has served you,
Mm,
right? And then keep it away with
mm,
respect when it doesn't serve you,
mm.
then how would you feel about resistance?
No, it's at my own will, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not resistance then. Then it's my choice, I think.
Mm.
Then it's my choice. I'm using it at my discretion. Then it's not, I think, that's what I feel.
Mm.
If I keep it towards the side, or I mean, I respect it and I don't use it, but I'll use it only when because we go through these phases. So I know it's not going to be one linear phase. So
Mm.
I'd probably not use it when it's needed. I mean, when it's not needed,
Mm.
I'll probably that conditioning will also kind of, let it be towards the side only then. Who knows? But
Yeah.
for now, I think it needs to move to a side. And while I'm talking to you, I can honestly feel, I mean, it's probably an awareness, but I can feel the shift also. So, yeah.
Yeah. What is that saying about you, Veronica, this shift that you're experiencing now? What's that saying about you?
Two, three things. One is I think I needed to consciously say this to myself. I
Mm.
needed to consciously hear myself saying this, and which was possible only in a session like this. And second, I think it also tells me that it's never difficult. It's never. I think I attached that weight to it.
Oh.
I attached that weight to it. Maybe it was not that heavy.
Mm.
So I attached that weight to it. So maybe
Mm.
I just needed to kind of, again, like I said, uh, I don't know how you look at, how I look at this session is also that maybe this is that ask for, it's not asking for help, but yeah, this is that where I can probably, let you know that this is how I feel right now. This is the vulnerability. This is my dictionary, and I'm shifting from this dictionary. Is it okay? I mean, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Wow. Hmm. That you are processing all of this in this manner, right? And sharing all of this. If you were to reflect on what is that saying about you as a person?
I think growth. Now, when I think about it, honestly, I've always believed, that things need to evolve.
Mm.
People need to evolve. There needs to be some growth. You can't get stuck in any particular situation,
Mm.
or for that matter, even given the understanding of situations like 10 years back, whatever happened, or in my childhood, whatever happened. My understanding has grown over a period of time. I'm at a stage where I can understand what and why. Like today, I can actually see that, wearing one size smaller shoe was not helpful. Yeah. So, but we still carry that personality. So, that is what about myself, what it tells me that there's a lot of growth that has happened, wherein these patterns I can see very clearly. I can decipher these patterns for myself. I understand, I'm aware. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel good about it, that those concepts that were there from the beginning, that conditioning that was there from the beginning, that's kind of moving away. It's like, I mean, I'm using a metaphor again, and I'm in love with metaphors all the time. My papers are also about metaphors. So, it's like a snake sheds skin every 6 months. It doesn't complain, oh, I'm attached to my goals, because that's the process. That's nature. I think with humans also, we don't, because we get stuck. There is a survivor mode that kicks in. When you're growing up, you're probably, if you're from a dysfunctional setup, you realize that you need to survive. So you pick up all those traits that are needed for you to survive, but that continues even when you are out of that zone, even when there is nothing which is forcing you to be in a survivor mode, but you carry those. So probably that is what I feel right now, that there were certain patterns which were needed for that version of me, but they're not needed anymore. So that understanding is there. So I can see that growth. But for
Got
me,
it.
it's a huge thing to even understand and realize that this is not what was needed. This is not what is needed now. It was needed then. Maybe you need to kind of shed it.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And you can shed it at will. Can
That
you?
is how it should be. Yes, you should be able to. I mean, once the awareness kicks in, then it's not, if it's not working for me, I'd rather shed it
Yeah.
or let it be that, maybe later on, if I need to get back into survivor zone again, maybe I might need this skill because this is a skill that I picked up.
Mm,
Yeah.
got it. So now, in the light of what we have, covered so far, what meaning would you like to give this resistance now? The round stone, which is something you respect also, been useful also. So what meaning would you give it now?
I think for me, it'll be just an experience, learning experience. I think that is where I would kind of, just let it be like that it was just a learning experience, that heavy stone is.
Hmm.
And it needs to be lifted now. So it's not serving much purpose.
Hmm.
That is the kind of meaning. I mean, nothing more than that, just a learning.
Yeah.
Which helped me grow, which helped me evolve. So, yeah.
Yeah. So how are you going to use this learning now?
I think again, going forward, I am going to be where I'm going to use this is in my work only. Is in my work, is in my facilitation experiences, where I feel I hold myself a little back. I step back a little bit. I don't think I would want to do that. I know this is because it's conditioning, so it might show up again. I don't know which way, what will trigger, probably because for those past patterns to show up. So once it shows up, because now I'm consciously aware, so I think I'm going to make myself consciously aware that it might show up. So beware. It's like knowing that beware, it might just show up,
Yeah.
depending upon whatever trigger happens. Because I can change myself, but I also understand that I'm working within an outside environment wherein I mean, I can't control any of it. Much of it, Bini, I can't control any of it. So I can control myself, but I won't be able to control. So I don't know where the trigger comes from. So during my facilitation experiences, coaching experiences, or writing experiences, wherever I feel that, I think I'm going to go with a conscious thought process that if it shows up, you need to beware. I don't want to write about it. I don't want to journal or anything, but yeah, it's going to be staying in my conscious mindset. Yeah. Not subconscious, because I'll consciously try and remember it, recall it.
How will you make that happen?
Every time there's a facilitation, like I'm going for a facilitation experience this week, so I think I'm going to start off with that, because that is where I feel resistances is something which is not only which not us as coaches. I mean, almost I've seen this across. What holds you back is your resistances. What is holding me back today in this experience? What is holding me back today in this session with you? I don't think nothing now so far. Nothing is holding me back right now. So going forward with that thought process, that nothing is going to hold me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we know that these are old patterns, right? So,
Of course.
yeah, so they'll show up. So how will you, what will come in the way of you becoming conscious about it?
I think physically how it has shown up so far. I mean, that is my first hint, or my first, you know, information point, I'd say, is physically it shows up in my heart space only. There is, I feel little, I can understand when that, I understand when it's building up inside me. So that is the first recall point. So for me, I think when we started the session, that is where it was happening. When it was happening, the moment that, there are so many people around, okay, shouldn't I, should I just chicken out? So that was the first instance. But I think that is going to be my first hint that it is starting. So if I'm able to, kind of nip it there good enough. If I'm not able to nip it and something takes over in my mind and keeps pushing it forward, then I'd rather reflect post the event, because that also is going to be, helpful for me, that it showed up in this particular manner. This is where I felt stuck. This is where the resistance showed big time to me. So I'm going to write about it. I'm going to reflect about it. Because for me, writing is also big. Most of my, I think it comes from there. So if I'm not able to understand through my physical, hints, if I'm not able to understand how my physically body is letting me know, if I'm not able to understand that, then I'm going to sit and reflect post the session, because I'll know that this has happened. This has again showed up somehow.
Yeah.
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 And if
Yeah.
that also doesn't help, then I'm going to message.
Okay, sure. But you're a writer, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, what other support would you need? Because these are big ones.
Yeah. I think I'm going to use my friends to a large extent. Most of my friends have turned into coaching clients now. So I'd rather, use the reverse relationship also sometimes with them. So I'm going to begin by asking for help. So,
Oh,
so yeah, I'm going to begin.
there
Yeah.
you go.
So yeah,
Yeah, how do you feel saying that?
it felt good
Yeah.
without any weight attached to it. So yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
yeah.
So happy. Such a big smile. Hey, that big smile on your face.
See, I told
There
you.
you are. Yeah. So how are we doing about speaking vulnerably? You have been speaking for a while now.
No, it feels good. It feels
Yeah.
good. It feels very normal. It feels very normal.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, my initial dictionary has been really wrong, and this feels normal.
Right.
And I'm not feeling anything out of the place, anything out of the box. I feel like this
Mm.
is how we all connect. So yeah,
And so now, how are those baby steps going to happen?
talk more about, like I said, those baby steps are going to be, of course, asking for help.
That's it.
Yeah, asking for help. Yeah, I think that solves
Oh,
it.
right. Right. So such a lot of work that you have done, Veronica,
Thank
from
you so
where we
much.
started to now, right? And so if you had to look back at where we started, where we are now, what would you say about how you have moved?
I think quite a bit, from starting with that, physically feeling that tension within my heart space to, that palpitation, to right now being very normal.
Yeah.
It's complete. I mean, I started with a feeling that, yeah, Rekha, I'm grounded. But now I know what grounded feels like. So, I'm grounded right now completely. So yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So anything else on
That'll
the,
be all for the session.
yeah?
That'll be all. That'll be all. I think I'm pretty much good with this. Yeah.
Yeah. Feeling complete?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So thank you, Veronica.
Thank you so much. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you for your
And
time. Always a pleasure.
and looking forward to you asking for help
Yes, of course.
more
Of
often.
course. Of course. Of course. Thank
Thank
you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
you. Sure. Okay. Very brave, Veronica. Truly acknowledge you.
Thank you so
Takes
much.
courage to, open your heart and speak so many things from your past, present with a large group of people.
Thank you so much. And everyone has been wonderful, honestly. I respect the kind of space that they've offered me,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, really. Thank you, everyone. I mean, there's no way one can describe space, right? There's no logical way of describing space. It's just a safe space. And I think I felt safe and Veronica felt safe. And
Absolutely, yes. Absolutely.
thank you.
Okay.
Okay, handing over to Aruna.
Thank you. Thank you, Rekha. And sincere appreciation, Veronica. You wanted to talk about vulnerability and you did that with Rekha holding the space beautifully. And I think all of you agree that was one wonderful demonstration. Mm. Rekha, I have not seen your message till I asked for permission for recording. So even though, again, I want to check with you. How does you want the recording to be done? Later on, I'll check with you offline.
Okay.
So yeah, we have some comments in the chat box. So before we forget, just let's see. This is the most beautiful coach-client dance I've witnessed lately. So much for me to learn from both of you. Amazing. That's Shahjadi comment. Thanks, Shaj. We all agree with you. Punit, beautiful, masterful coaching, Rekha. Very well done. So yeah, lot of inputs, and I'm sure the feedback which I'll be sending to you, Rekha, in the Google feedback form which we
Sure.
collect, will also have so many more positive statements like this. Uh, Before we take the break, I think some of you have joined a little bit late during the demo is going on. Today's agenda is going to be a little different. We are not immediately jumping into the debrief, breakout rooms and debrief. We want to give us ourselves that space. So it is almost 8:04 now in my laptop. So we'll give ourselves 10-minute Priya or less than that. Should we say 7-10 minutes? A 10-minute break.
10
Rekha
minutes
also
is
should
great.
go for her dinner. So we'll give a 10-minute break for all of us to absorb this demonstration, understand it against competencies and all. And please do join back by 8:14 within 10 minutes. And then we will have the breakout rooms and we will have the MCCs leading us there as they want to. So please don't miss out. This is going to be a very valuable learning. And then you get the CCUs, the feedback form at the end of the debrief. Fine. So see you all in another 10 minutes.
Thank you, Veronica. I don't know if you would like to stay on or if you want to. Okay.
So thank you, Veronica. Yeah, I just forgot to check with you. Thank you, Rekha, for that. So please do feel free to join and then see how
I
the
will. I will. I will. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, if you want, you can stay logged in. We are all here. You can always connect and just talk about the coaching we have witnessed. So it is not that we just want to go out. Please do stay logged in. Just take the break if you want. Thank you, Mithu, for taking that question.
The Rekha as a coach. We're really looking at the process. So we'll try and not make reference to Rekha said this or Veronica said this, but it's about the coach and the client and the process. That's something that I just wanted to lay on the table. And the second piece being, this is for learning purpose. So we are trying to learn from what has happened. And we always trust ourselves that in any coaching conversation, we do what we know best in that moment. Yeah. So just wanted to leave these two thoughts with the group before we move into a breakout room. Thank you, Aruna.
Thank you, Priya. That's, that sets the tone and I think helps people in the breakout rooms. So what I'm going to do now is that people will be joining and some of them are on off camera. So what I would request all of you is when you are in the breakout rooms, please switch on your cameras and all. Now we can show our faces now that the coaching demo is over. So I'm going to divide these 32 participants into 10. I mean, a group of 10 each. And the discussion will be for 30 minutes. And then we'll all again come back to the main room for debrief. Okay, so just let me look at the breakout rooms. Where are the breakout rooms? Yeah. So I'm opening the rooms. Please do join and please do participate. And what I will do, Priya, is I don't know how your things are thing. So Mithu, can you just check all the two mentors are in one room or in the other room? And Deepa is in room 1. Priya Ramesh, I'll move to room 3.
Okay. Aruna,
Yes.
how much time do we have? Have you set that up? How much time in breakout room?
Yes, I have set my timer here. It is 30 minutes.
Okay.
I will actually broadcast also.
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll go then. Chalo, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Deepa is in room 1.
Yeah, I changed Priya
Yes.
Ramesh to room 3.
Okay, Priya is in room 3, yes, and Rekha is in room 2.
So you want to go to some room, Mithu?
I'm okay. Like you can put me, like if you want me here, I can stay here.
You have a wish. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean I can be here. Rahul is there, like I'm not sure.
Why is
Rahul,
Rahul not
would you
joining?
like to
Rahul might
join?
not be at the desk now. What I'm
Okay.
going to do is, Let us see in the breakout rooms who are all there.
Yes. One of us needs to be here. Then if you want to go around, come back, then I can go. Like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that. I'll
Mm.
do that after a little bit of time. Let everyone join. I'll do
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So then do you want me to go right now? So when you are coming, I can be out, stay out if I need to admit somebody.
Puneet, what happened? So I'm going to now 1 minute. I'll just close all the rooms.
Mhm. It was interesting to hear both sides, the coach and the coaches, when I was in the rooms.
Yep. I'm closing all rooms.
Yeah.
Meetings we come.
Mhm.
Welcome back. We've seen Shahjadi coming back, and yeah, only Shaj came back. Hi,
Hi,
Shaj.
hi, Arna. I think others also will follow Arna.
Others,
Hi, hi.
yeah.
Yeah. Welcome back,
Hi,
Sandhya.
Nita. Hi, Nitu. Hi, Nita.
Hi,
Hi.
hi. Come back.
Kamal, Veronica.
Yeah, breakout room one has come back, I think. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see Shweta in breakout room one. Actually, I was having FOMO here. I cannot leave the main room, and I'm like, what are the discussions that's happening, in other rooms? I'm missing.
I told Aruna that if you want to go, but she said like coming out and going in might just cause some disturbance.
Yeah,
So we stayed out.
great. So we have all the people now, and I have to appreciate Rochelle, Puneet, and all who have been kicked out again and again but did not give up. Great. So we have the last 15 minutes. So, and since we are 10 members in each breakout room, more than one can share what has happened and what you want to share finally from each one of your rooms. So, anyone can start. I will not call out room one, room two like that. Please, one of you can start, and the rest, whoever is in the breakout room, can add to that if the person has missed out. Right? So, who's going to go now?
Can I?
Yes, Ilan, of course.
In Punita's chapter, just only one thing. I think Priya has beautifully guided us. What is the learning we are going to carry forward out of this session? And Rekha, thanks a lot. We have quite a good amount of learning we are carrying forward. And one of the best one is we don't need to do the contracting in the beginning. To get the contracting flow even to the middle and complete the session in a short span of time is excellent. A lot of skills we learned it. We are carrying it forward.
So, you are in room 2 or room 3?
Three.
And Puneet, are you adding to him or you are speaking for your room?
No, I'm speaking for the room.
Okay.
So we were very lucky to have Rekha herself in our room, and always a pleasure to be in her company. I'm sorry I got kicked out too many times, but tried my best to join the threads in my own way. I think there was a lot of good discussion around the process. But I think at the end of the day, looking at a master coach like her, I think mastery can have different forms and shapes, and we have to discover who we are and take that with confidence in the service of the client. I think that's the takeaway which I had, and I think resonated with most people in the group as well. No, yeah,
Well
that's all
said,
I want to say. I don't want to. Thank you.
wonderfully articulated about the mastery part. So yes, anyone wants to add to Ilan's thing from Ilan's room?
I think
So
Baburaj, you should add.
you're on mute. You're on mute, Babraj.
People are there. Amrita is there. Sajitra is there. Sujitra is there. So they can add. Seema specifically, Seema is there. So anybody wanted to add, they can always add.
So if no one is willing to add or coming forward, Priya, may I ask you to maybe share something from the breakout room?
Yeah. So the breakout room was a room of partnership. We were on equal terms. So there was no thing about, I know more, so I will tell you this is how you do it. We just had a discussion. And the discussion was really what went well and what can I take back and actually apply in my next coaching session. And also, what would I do if I was in that position, right? And we sort of concluded saying that trust, safety, listening, state of flow were a couple of things that really stood out for the group.
Wonderful.
Stop there.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Summarized beautifully.
Yes. Trust, safety, and listening. So now, who will go next? Which room? Room 1 or room 2? So
I don't know
while
if
they...
people,
Yes,
I don't know
Rekha,
if
please.
I don't know if people remember the room numbers. Do you? I mean, I don't remember which room I joined actually.
Room 2, Rekha.
Okay,
Room
let
2.
us say Rekha's room, Priya's room, Deepa's
Ah,
room.
that is better.
That would be better.
No,
We
no.
know
Finding
our room number.
So yeah,
At least
who
now
was
we have to say Deepa's room.
Deepa's room? Who was with Deepa in the room and what do you want to share? Please do come out, folks.
I
Let's
was in
see.
room 2 and got moved to room 3. So there's been some movement there as well.
I've seen both the MCCs in one room, so I manually moved to you to room 3.
Thanks,
So,
thanks. Deepa,
Deepa,
over to
when
you.
your team is still thinking what to share, request you to share something about the breakout room discussion.
Yeah. So we were discussing about the metaphors, how beautifully it was used, and the somatic coaching. These like some of these two things are the tools that was a takeaway for the participants, and the more importantly, the presence, listening, the body language that was showed, and that had actually connected with the client as a dancing and the facilitating growth. Everything was in the flow. So that is what people were taking up. So one thing that they were also mentioning about is about the coach being with the client, not thinking about what is the next question or let me ask this question before I forget, which is something that, the aspiring coaches, practicing coaches will definitely have that thought process. That's something that they observed that it should be put off and be available and present in the moment with the client which they observed. That is something that would be one of the takeaways for the coaches also. And it was more about coaching the person, the who, not about what the problem that they are actually facing about, and being with the client. So that is something. So all the competencies almost with respect to the trust and contracting, listening, presence, evoking awareness, facilitating client growth, all put together was a package that was nicely exhibited here is what participants were able to notice.
Thank you, Deepa.
Great
Namrita, you
session.
raised your...
And the body language, Deepa, that also.
Yeah.
Jai Krishna. Yeah,
Also,
thank you.
how it was all done so seamlessly. We didn't feel like any part was different. It was just one smooth whole conversation.
Namrita, you raised your hand. Puneet, I'll come back to you.
Yeah, thank you. And apologies for not switching on my video. One thing I have learned in the breakout room that I thought I'll share might help other coaches as well. As budding coaches, sometimes what happens is looking on the client's profile, the coach's confidence might get shaken. Right? If it's a CEO, what am I going to coach him? Something like that. So when I asked this question to Rekha in the breakout room, what she said was, irrespective of the credential or the number of hours a coach has, the belief that if a person is coming for a coaching, he or she is first a human being. So if we approach it with that intention, like there is no there won't be any how would you say, confidence or confidence issue for coaches. That is my takeaway. It's personally, it was very applicable to me. I thought I'll share it so that if it is applicable to someone else, it could be useful. Thank you.
Thank you, Navnita. Puneet, before coming to you, I have two announcements to make. Meetu has posted the Google feedback form for claiming the CCUs. Please do fill in the feedback and submit to claim your CCUs. It's a must. Otherwise, we will not be able to send you the certificate, though you have stayed so much here. And then the second one is, if possible, if you're in a position to switch on your cameras, please do switch on your cameras for Meetu to capture good pics of us. So that she can have a record. And yeah, Puneet, over to you.
So sorry, I don't mean to talk too much, but there's something beautiful that came up in our conversation, where many a times we are tuned not to tell, not to lead. All that plays heavily on our head, and sometimes that courage to ask a few things or share a few gut feelings, what is emerging for us as a coach, that part gets sidelined because we are maybe sometimes scared to go there. It'll be seen as leading. So I think Rekha beautifully came up with, no, if you have a gut feeling or if you have something that you believe you should share, share that without attachment. And I think that sharing without attachment is something we have to pay a little more attention to, and try that out with more courage and belief in ourselves. I think that bit was also beautifully brought out, that confidence in the coach to do that. Otherwise, you can shy away from some very good gut feelings you would have offered there or shared with the coachee. So that support plus challenge in that manner was beautiful. Yeah, that's what I thought we shouldn't miss here. Thank you.
Wonderfully articulated. Anyone else would like to share here? Otherwise, I'll give chance to our client. I'll call upon the client. We did not ask her how she felt because we just went for a break. Veronica, appreciate your courage and vulnerability, sharing, all what you said. I want to share my vulnerability and appreciate you for giving your time for this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And,
It's been a pleasure to be here.
and then we just would like to hear from you your experience.
No, I shared in my room also, the first thing. In fact, I kept saying that right throughout the session, right from the word go till the time the session ended, I almost felt like invisible hand holding that Rekha did with me. While there was a physical distance also, but I never felt that. I mean, she held me throughout that session. She was listening to me. I could feel her presence. Not even once did I felt that she lost out on me. She didn't hear what I said. So in fact, when I was there was simultaneous talking also, like in between she wanted to ask something, but I would kind of butt in. Sorry about that, Rekha, but I would butt in and want to say something, so she held back. She would just kind of, okay, take your it's your she made me feel like that I owned this space completely, and that was the topic of the session also, that I want to own the space. So I actually felt like that. Yeah, huge applause, I mean, to you, because I felt like I owned that space. It was my space, and I could say anything I feel. I think that's huge for a coach, to be able to hand it out to me, like that. So, I mean, that is, and to everyone else also, because everyone was quiet throughout, and you were just silently listening to me. I felt that huge amount of, what do you call that? That invisible presence also, that invisible listening also. And I have heard the feedback in my breakout room as well. And I don't think you lost out on me even for a second, because there were nuances that you had picked up while you were listening to the entire conversation. So thank you for listening to me patiently, and sharing your perspective and perceptions about the session, because I understand that there are 40 of us here and each individual perception is going to be different from what I actually might be feeling. But I appreciate that, I acknowledge that, and I respect that. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you. And that shows the mastery of the coach.
Thank you. Thank you, Veronica.
You got it through the screen. She
Much
was able
touched.
to give you. And Rekha, we look forward to the secret behind that, to learning more from you on how you made her feel through the screen, that hand holding. And anything else you would like to share, Rekha, Priya, or Deepa, before we hand it over to Babaraj?
No, I think I'm fulfilled. Thank you.
Much love to you and appreciate your time, and also getting clarity. When we first planned the session, we had many things. Yeah, I'm not sure whether Anna is in this session because she has been traveling. Just would like to announce on behalf of Annie Dixon, our CAP L&D, we are having a program on credentialing, a 2-session program on credentialing. It's an initiative by ICF Chennai Chapter with Deepa, Priya, and Rekha as the mentors for the program. So in that credentialing clinic, you will be knowing all about how to get to the right recording and how to get to your credentialing exam, all these, whatever questions that come up to you, they, with their wisdom and experience, they will be helping you out of it. We will be announcing the date soon, and please do register. It would be part as a separate program, not the regular L&D session. And please do spread word about it so that we don't miss out on the wisdom of these 3 coaches here. Right? So before we end the session, I invite Baburaj to share his experience of
I
this
think
session.
thanks a lot, Aruna. And first of all, a big thanks to all the 40 people and now 28, but 2 hours being there. But the basic purpose by which ICF Chennai Chapter has initiated this is to create a learning experience to each one of us. And thanks, a big thanks to Veronica first, because having a person who is in the flow coming, irrespective of you knowing Rekha, is different. But the way in which you came out and the way in which Rekha and Priya, as well as Deepa, the way in which all three of them held their space in creating that learning experience instead of getting into a coachy or individualistic perspective, focusing on the process and making us to reflect, each one of us reflect was a good space to learn. And I think this space, what we are created, or the structure, thanks a lot, Aruna and Mitu, for making it happen. I know that back end, both of you were discussing, and I think continuing this journey, I am very happy that Rekha, Deepa, and Priya is in our team to make it happen. That will be a great contribution and gift from these senior colleagues of ours from a point of view of master coaches to others in the vision of our ICF Chennai chapter to make it grow. Grow community, grow coaching, grow this one. Thanks a lot. Shubharatri. Good night. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.